Welcome to Pro-Life Perspective, America's pro-life voice. Pro-Life Perspective is the official radio broadcast of the National Right to Life Committee, the nation's largest pro-life group. Let's join Wanda Franz, president of the National Right to Life Committee, for today's Pro-Life Perspective.
For the past few days, we've looked at some of the comments made by National Right to Life Committee spokespersons at the January 24th press conference held here in Washington, D.C. The statements of these spokespersons give us a feel for what will be important to the pro-life movement in the weeks and months to come. Today and for the next few days, I would like to look at the comments made by Douglas Johnson, Legislative Director for the National Right to Life Committee. Mr. Johnson said, "The national movement to defend innocent human life gained ground on several fronts during the 108th Congress during 2003 to 2004. With the backing of the Republican leadership in both houses of Congress and President Bush, Congress enacted a national ban on partial birth abortion. Also enacted was the Unborn Victims of Violence Act, under which a child in the womb at any stage of development who is injured or killed during commission of a violent federal crime is now recognized as a legal victim of that crime along with his or her mother. At the very end of the Congress in November, we welcomed the enactment of the Hyde-Weldon Amendment. This important new law prohibits any government agency, federal, state, or local, from discriminating against any health care provider for declining to vote, pay for, provide coverage of, or refer for abortions. This is a badly needed shield for health care providers who have increasingly faced attempts by state and local officials in some jurisdictions to compel them to participate in abortions. Our successes on these issues occurred even though the 2003-2004 Senate did not have a real pro-life majority. Indeed, in 2003, the Senate adopted an amendment offered by pro-abortion Senator Tom Harkin of Iowa to endorse Roe v. Wade 52-46. On some other issues over the past 2 years, the pro-abortion side in the Senate prevailed by higher margins. For example, 56 senators supported overturning President Bush's policy against funding overseas organizations that promote abortion as a method of birth control. In the November 2nd election, we saw a small increase in pro-life votes in the House. In the Senate, the pro-life gain was from 1 to 3 votes, or even as many as 4, depending on the exact issue. The gains on the Senate side are of more consequence, because over the past decade, important pro-life legislation has often been approved by the House of Representatives, only to die in the Senate. This shift makes us guardedly optimistic about the chances for success in the Senate on a couple of bills that I will briefly describe. Prospects have improved for federal legislation to protect minor girls and the rights of their parents when these girls travel across state lines for abortions, often because they have been urged to do so in order to avoid the parental involvement laws of their home states. The House has passed 3 times the Child Custody Protection Act, which would make it a federal crime to take a minor across state lines for a secret abortion, in violation of the parent's right to be notified beforehand. But this legislation has remained blocked in the Senate. We are now more hopeful for favorable Senate action. Public opinion polls consistently show on the order of 65% to 83% public support for mandatory parental involvement laws. The latest evidence of this came in Florida, where an amendment to the state constitution to advance parental notification for abortion passed 65 to 35% on November 2nd. We'll continue looking at Mr. Johnson's statement tomorrow. If you would like more information about pro-life legislation in Congress, please visit the Legislative Action Center on National Right to Life's website at www.nrlc.org. Please join me again tomorrow for more Pro-Life Perspective.
This has been Pro-Life Perspective, America's pro-life voice, and the official radio program of the National Right to Life Committee. National Right to Life, headquartered in Washington, D.C., works through education, legislation, and its Political Action Committee, National Right to Life PAC, to protect innocent human life threatened by abortion, infanticide, and euthanasia. Founded in 1973 as a federation of 50 state pro-life groups, National Right to Life is today a grassroots network of over 3,000 local chapters. For more information on right to life issues, visit our website at www.nrlc.org.